What's good, YGK Squad? Welcome back to another video with the one and only YGK.seth. Shout out to all my young gifted kings and queens, and cue the intro. In today's video, we're going to be going over why you should never lower your standards. Let's get into it. The reason why you should never lower your standards is because if you lower your standards, you're going to become a walkover. You're going to become a walkover and a foot soldier. What I mean by that is that if you lower your standards for anyone, no matter who it is, family, friend, relationship, girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever you're into, you know what I'm saying? If you lower your standards for someone, that means that you're allowing them to pass a boundary, pass a boundary. And if you go for someone, if you go for anything, what you can get right now versus what you can get later, or what versus what is coming, and you become complacent and don't allow yourself to accept what's coming to you and to keep the high standard of and self-respect and self-boundary that you have, or should have at least. And if you don't, you really need to work on it. And another reason why you should never lower your standards is because if your standard, the person that you're dealing with should either come up to that standard or you should cut them loose. And why do I say that? Because your standard is your standard. And if you don't stick by your standard, then you're not a man or woman of your word, And it's important to be a man or woman of your word, because if you're not a man, if you're not a person of your word, and a person that can keep your word and stand on your word and stand on what you stand for, If you don't know what you stand for, then you need to, like I said in my previous video, you need to figure that out. Because if you have something that you stand for, then that's gonna make you a respectable person. And what that in turn is gonna do for you is gonna allow you to fish through a lot of ignorance that people will put throw on you, and you will fish that out, And those people won't be allowed to bring that drama or ignorance into your life, because you will have that level of self-respect and that boundary, that line that they cannot cross, And when they know that they can't cross that line, they won't. Because number one, if they do, you will either let them know about it, or you won't have to tell them basically if they cross the line. Your actions will show it, because actions speak louder than words. And another topic that I want to get into today is the topic of desperation, and why a lot of people nowadays are so desperate for attention and validation that they will do anything to get one like, one follow, or one subscriber, to get constant validation. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this topic is because I see it happening so often in the younger generation, those 19 and under, And a reason why it's a problem, because if people, especially in the dating game, especially with young men, that's where the term simp came from. Because a simp, in my opinion, is a person that gives what they don't receive. And in my experience, from my simp days, from when I was a simp, I didn't have respect for myself, I've learned to, not take other people's ignorance and not give more than I receive. You feel me? So stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.